Andrew, a word in your shell-like.
What goes, aging parent?
In my news of the screws, under the headline, It's a Big 'Un, I read the following. After the Royal Yacht Britannia's dramatic rescue in Aden, accommodation for the 400 refugees was makeshift. During the night, a married couple were thrown into the ocean for using Prince Andrew's willy warmer as a sleeping bag.
That's about the size of it, Pa.
You
Thank you, Gerald. I demand that I be allowed to let Mrs. Thatcher completely off the hook. I also demand that I be allowed to squander the only chance I've had to nail the Right Honourable Lady in 5 years by waffling on and on with a display of empty Welsh rhetoric. I now call upon the leader of the opposition, Mr. Michael Heseltine.
Before I walk out in a melodramatic prima donna tizzy, I'd like to say this. I'm outraged. I'm outraged, disgusted, and sickened by Mr. Britain's quite contemptible efforts to mislead the House. Yes, and I know what I'm talking about, because I misled the House for years over the sinking of the Belgrano.
I now call on the Minister for Trade and Industry to make a fool of himself. Shame! Resign!
Good morning. I apologise for any possibility that I may have misled the House by giving the impression that I was a competent minister who knew what he was talking about. It has since come to my attention that I am nothing of the sort and I am completely useless. Yours sincerely, Margaret Thatcher.
Welcome back from holiday, boy.
Top of the ratings to you, you old Director General, you. Ha! Do you like the tan? Or perhaps you'd like to touch my knee. How was the old programme while old Tel was away?
It was awful, Terry.
Oh, what a pity. The shame of it. Especially after I picked my replacements myself.
Oh, you're fabulous, Terry. Have another few 100,000 licence fees.
Thank you, Michael. Well, I'm off next week skiing, and I'll need a stand-in again.
Certainly, Terry. Who would you like?
How about Sooty?
He can't speak, Terry.
I'm very keen on Sooty. I'd be able to relax on my halls, knowing that the show will be safe in his hands.
I'm beginning to get your drift, Terry. You're looking for someone to host the show who's no bloody good.
Ha, ha, ha! Woo!
Well, there's only one man for the job. Of course, it means you'll never be able to go on holiday again.
Fancy a holiday in sunny Beirut? Why not take a short break in the busy cosmopolitan capital of the Lebanon? Maybe just a stopover in the internationally renowned center of the Middle East. Yes, if you want to visit beautiful Beirut, then why not fly any airline? Just get on a plane from anywhere and you'll soon find yourself in bustling Beirut. Any airline has direct flights to anywhere in the world, provided it's Beirut.
Shut up, you little prats, or I'll shove your teeth so far down your throat you'll be using dental floss on the toilet.
Right. My new softer image. What do you think I should wear for my interview with Walden?
Well, what's wrong with your blue suit, PM? It's rather fetching.
I was thinking of something a little sexier. A short red leather miniskirt with a black boob tube. What are you doing, Willie?
Just reminding myself of what I had for breakfast, PM.
Oh, my God. What are those?
I think they're traffic cones.
We can all see that, Geoffrey. What are they there for? Douglas, is this your doing?
No, Prime Minister. It's that awful Linda Chalker. I was in her office the other week while she was still Minister for Transport. Before I could stop her, she ordered 30 million.
What is wrong with that woman? We've only just got rid of the last lot.
I believe it was a special offer, Prime Minister. We ran out of roadworks to put them round 5 years ago.
We're desperately trying to complete the M25 extension so we can get rid of another 800,000.
Well, personally, I can't get enough of them. Lovely colour orange.
It's getting ridiculous. With all the diversions, the only way into Northampton now is by the Galapagos Islands. Look out! They've got in the back way.
What the hell are we going to do with 30 million traffic cones? How the hell are we going to get rid of them all?
I know. Let's call in Ian McGregor, make him head of the National Cone Board. He'll soon get rid of them.
It's the end of Michaelmas term, and the prospective candidates for the Cambridge entrance examination are arriving for the most important moment of their lives, the interview.
Come in. Name?
Prince Edward.
You're in.
You're in.
Later, behind closed doors, the heads of department discuss the merits of individual candidates for the coveted place of Jesus.
Well, Brian, what did you think of him?
Well, John, well, he was certainly very much a member of the royal family.
I felt that too. I particularly liked his Prince Edward equality.
Yes, quite. And did you notice that very impressive fifth-in-line to the throne-ness about him?
Yes, but I think we should consider his background.
Yes, his brother was here a few years ago, and his mother's the Queen of England. Brian?
I think he promises well.
Yes, he promises me a knighthood.
Outside, the candidates gather to compare notes about the ordeal that they've just been through.
How did it go, then? Pretty well, actually. They didn't ask me anything about my subject at all, which is pretty lucky, because I don't know what it is.
Back at home, the candidates' parents wait for news of success or failure with as much apprehension as the candidates themselves.
Hello, Mum. Hello, Phil.
Well done, Edward. Congratulations on getting in.
How do you know? I've only just got back from the interview.
I'm Chancellor of the University, you stupid boy.
And so, for another year, the bizarre ritual of selection is over. Jesus returns to normal, and I return to doing hushed voiceovers for toilet paper commercials.
Oh, look at this! That Mrs. Gorbachev drives me wild! Oh, like archipelago!
Coco, she's some hot potato
She can come and tickle my beetroot collective anytime!
I wouldn't mind driving my tractor up her Volga SUV.
I wouldn't mind taking her back to my state apartment and listening to some solemn music.
I knew a comrade who tried it on with her at the last Politburo Christmas party.
How far did he get?
Siberia.
Still, what a yamkin, eh? That Gorbachev is one lucky premier. I wonder what she looks like with her coat off.
Do They Mean Us? Presented by Derek Jameson.
God blimey, how's your father? He's in all. Tonight on Do They Mean Us, we're looking at what foreign television says about good old Britain. Here's a clip courtesy of the Squareheads, our old mates, the Bosch.
Wir wissen alles, dass Großbritannien ein drittklassiger Land ist, das vor die Hunde geht.
The cheek of it, the bloody crowds. And there's more for the old sausage eaters.
Der eindeutige Beweis davor, dass sie wirklich ein Haufen vollige Nieten sind, ist, dass sie bereit sind, diesen alten Cockney-Schwatzerin zu sehen.
Do they mean me? They surely do. Go strike a light.
And now over to John Cole for the latest gibberish on the Westland affair.
Well, as it stands at the moment, I'm on television again, which is the 20th time this week I've appeared on your screens pontificating on this affair.
Have there been any developments over the last hour?
Yes, indeed. Rather dramatically, I appeared on Radio 4, having dashed downstairs from Radio 2 to say exactly the same thing. and I've just heard in the last 5 minutes that I'm about to go on to London Weekend Television, so I'll have to be brief.
What's the reaction on the Tory backbenches?
Undoubtedly, the Tories are very bored indeed, and they're supporting the American option, i.e. sending me to America.
What about the Europeans?
Well, many of them are leaning towards the off switch on their TV sets. However, the majority of the general public favour the third option, which is that of hitting me over the head with a very large stick until I shut up.
Good evening. Tonight, the South Bank show is entirely devoted to Ray Cooney, founder of the Theatre of Comedy and author of such immensely popular comic masterpieces as Run for Your Wife, That's Wife, Happiest Days of Your Wife, A Matter of Wife and Death, Not on Your Wife, and another load of old crap with the word wife in the title. And now, an extract from Ray's latest play, Get My Wife's Knickers On Quick, Darling, The Vicar's Coming.
Darling, I'm home. Oh, Gerald, what are you doing?
Me? I'm wearing one of your dresses.
Oh, Gerald.
No time to explain, darling. The vicar's coming, and I'm not wearing any knickers.
Oh, Gerald.
Darling, I was wondering if you could lend me some of your knickers. Too late. The vicar's here. We'll have to pretend I'm your mother.
I don't think you've met my mother, have you?
No, I don't think I have. It's a pleasure to meet you, dear lady.
Hello, Vicar!
Oopsie-daisy, I seem to have dropped my hymn book.
I'll get it.
Ray, tell me, after that hilarious reenactment by our cast here, where did you get the idea for that brilliantly funny scene from?
Well, Melvin, I must admit that I borrowed it from a very famous playwright.
Shakespeare, Sheridan, Feydeau?
No, the very talented Ray Cooney, who used the same idea in his Matter of Wife and Death, That's Wife, Happiest Days of Your Wife, and Watch Out, Archbishop, There's a Naked Nun Under the Settee.
Absolutely incredible. Now, finally, Ray, why is it, do you think, that all your plays are so enormously successful?
Well, frankly, Melvin, I think it's because they're very complicated in their construction and yet so simple. They're hilariously zany and mad and yet so true to life, and also because they've got lots of jokes in them about Nancy boys and people's bottoms.
Yeah, well, look on the bright side. We achieved everything we set out to and more.
We retraced Scott's footsteps, we reached the pole on foot, and just like him, we cocked up completely.
Yeah, another glorious British failure that needs rescuing by Americans.
Oh, what's wrong with the European rescue?
Right, Dimbleby, what's all this I hear about the Tottenham riots being planned 3 months in advance? How was this allowed to happen?
I'm very sorry about this, sir. The truncheons arrived a month late. It'll only take us 2 months next time.
Good work, Dimbleby.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it, I'm sure.
So, how are you settling in, younger?
It's hopeless. I don't know what to do. Last week I was sitting happily in Scotland. Today I'm in the Ministry of Defence. I haven't the foggiest what the Ministry of Defence does.
Surely Heseltine left a clue or something.
Oh, only the jacket. And it's too big for me.
What about his files?
Well, obviously I've been going through those, but look at them. Surrender or die. And that's all there is on NATO. And look at this. Arg, Himmel, Spitfire, Schnell, Tommy, Achtung. I mean, what use is that? Why did you pick me? I don't know anything about defence. I haven't even seen the bridge on the River Kwai.
Oh, calm down, younger. It's not as bad as all that.
What did you do in Scotland?
I don't know. I did whatever Mrs Thatcher told me to do.
Well, that's easy. Just do the same at defence.
He is coming! He is coming!
The man from El Monte, he is coming.
The man from El Monte is coming to test the fruit for El Monte tinned peaches.
Only the best fruit, it goes into El Monte's tinned peaches. And only Mr. El Monte, he can say which is the best fruit.
See, if Mr. El Monte is say no, then he mean a no.
All of the peasants will face a crisis, penniless without the crop to sell, forced onto the streets to beg.
Followed by starvation, civil disobedience, armed struggle, war, and the collapse of our whole way of life.
And all because of Mr. El Monte and his bloody tinned peaches.
It's the peaches Mr. El Monte rejects that cause years of political and economic upheaval to sweep through the whole of South America.
The winds are blowing cold tonight along the Kansas Trail. The coyotes are howling, and there's varmints on my tail. But when I'm feeling lonesome, like I was just knee-high, I sit me down beside the fire, alone beneath the sky. Just me, my old guitar, and God.
Just him, his old guitar,
and God.
But life ain't quite so simple now like what it was before. Well, there's questions to be answered. There's strangers at the door. But when I'm feeling crowded by those little men from Mars, I sit me down beside the fire, alone beneath the stars. Just me, my old guitar.
Oh, yeah!
And Nancy.
Just him, his old guitar,
God.
Abe Lincoln died of syphilis and Jesus was a Jew. They say God isn't married, I pray that that's not true. But when the world's plumb crazy, I play a country tune. I sit me down beside the fire, alone beneath the moon. Just me, my old guitar, and those turkeys.
Just him,
his old guitar,
God,
Nancy,
and the president's security, publicity, medical, and catering team.
I tried to do the best I could, I tried to make a stand. Folks keep saying things to me I just don't understand. So when things get on top of me and streets are full of cars, I sit me down beside the fire, alone beneath the stars. Just me, this old fox, oh, and Bert.
just him, his old guitar, God, Nancy, and the president's security, publicity, medical, and catering team, and the black briefcase that follows him around everywhere he goes so that he can launch that nuclear war.
Oh, and I forgot the band.
Ah, Larry. Dear, dear Larry.
Ah, Johnny. Dear, dear, dear Johnny.
More tea?
Ah, tea. Dear tea. Dear, dear tea. What kind of tea is it, Johnny?
Brown.
Ah, my favorite. So, how have you been keeping, Johnny? Tell me the news.
I've grown a beard.
Ah, a beard. Splendid. Splendid. Where?
Here, on the end of my chin.
Of course. There it is, of course. How foolish of me.
No. It's not there now. It fell off this morning over breakfast.
Dear beard. Dear, dear, dear Beardy.
Yes, poor Beardy. I loved old Beardy.
We both did.
Scone?
They're gone.
Scotty? Gone? Poor Scotty.
They've all gone now.
Beardy, Scotty, Rafie.
All gone.
Dear Rafe. Dear, dear old Rafie. He left me his motorbike, you know.
Did he? Did he really?
You wouldn't like to buy it, would you?
No.
And Bill. Bill's gone. Poor Billy. Poor, dear, dear Billy.
Dear, dear Shakespeare. He went before any of us.
And E.E. Cummings.
Dear old E.E.
E.E.
There's no need to laugh.
Sorry.
Well, I must make tracks. They're paying me another tribute at 10.
What time is it now?
9, just gone.
90? Gone? Dear, dear 90.
Poor 90. Poor 90. Dear, dear, poor old 90.
I loved 90, you know.
We both did.
Just one final point. Next time I ask for something, I want it done properly and on time. Amen.
Amen.
What's that?
Margaret,
Who is it?
little Parkinson.
Oh, God, how did he get there?
Shh, pretend we're out. Margaret, are you still there?
What do we do? This is the third time this week he's been here.
Get rid of him.
How?
Margaret, I must speak to you about the job. Look, old horse, get rid of him.
Wait. Oh, I know what to do.
One man went to mow a meadow. One man and his dog went to mow a meadow. Two men went to mow a meadow. Two men, one man and his dog went to mow a meadow. Three men went to mow a meadow. Three men, two men, one man and his dog went to mow a meadow. Four men went to mow a meadow. Four men, three men, two men, one man and his dog went to mow a meadow.
956,421 men went to mow a meadow. 956,421 men went to mow a meadow.
That was an advertisement for the government's Youth Opportunities Programme.
Who's a bastard? Who's a bastard? Who's a bastard in the wig? Who's a bastard in the wig?
Quiet.
Chelsea!
Quiet. You have been found guilty of the most savage outburst of football hooliganism that I can ever recall. I have no alternative but to pass the severest sentence that it is in my power to impose. You will be taken from this court and placed in the care of a team of social workers.
Oh, no, my lad! Anything for that! Oh, no, sir, no!
And now we go straight over to the studios of ITN for an urgent newsflash.
Good evening. The comedian Bernard Manning has farted. He was on stage at his club in Manchester when it happened. He was 55. If you have any relatives who might have been in the audience, there's a special emergency number you can phone. Manchester 834-8999. Further details of the casualties will be in a later bulletin. That is the end of this newsflash.
Oh, dear, pardon me.